Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to be getting into our spring bulb order that we just got from Dutch Grown, and I'm super excited about it. There's so many goodies in this one that I'm super excited because there's things that I have not grown before that I'm really anxious to try, and they were super generous to send us out a bunch of stuff. So let's get into what they got. So this is how the package comes. You're going to get a crate, black crate full of your bulbs, and actually I've already gone through this just to look at them, but this is actually packaged a lot better than what you see here. But it comes wrapped in a cardboard case like this with two straps over it to ensure that they're not going to go anywhere. So this is recyclable, so make sure you recycle. And then you're going to go ahead and get into your bulbs. The first thing I noticed was my packing sheet. It goes over everything that I purchased, well, or sent out, I should say. And then it's going to send you out a planting instructions book, which I thought that is absolutely awesome. Right here, you'll meet the owners, Ben and Pete. And then it's going to go right into all the varieties, talk about them. And it also, what I like, it shows you the calendar. So fall, winter, spring, and late spring. It tells you planting time, spacing, planting depth, light soil, water, and bloom time on all the varieties of stuff. I love those saffrons. But this is really, really great. I really appreciate a company that sends out the extra bit of information, especially if you're unsure of stuff such as two of the plants that I got this year that I have not grown, which is Camassia. So I'll be able to reference here that it says space them 3 to 4 inches apart, and they're supposed to go to 3 to 4 inches deep, and they need full sun apart shade, which is awesome. And then the other one is the Crown Imperials, which is spacing 4 to 12 inches apart, depending on the variety, and 3 to 6 inches deep. So that's really cool. So I really appreciate that planting instruction book is there. So let's dive right into it. First and foremost, your bulbs are going to come in a plastic here. I believe these are actually recyclable as well. I'll have to double check on that. But right on the bag, it'll tell you when it blooms, mid to late spring, the color that the bulb is. So when you're planting and you're planning out your stuff, how many bulbs are in each of them, and the name right there. So these ones are, gotta have to readjust here. These are Night Watch tulips, and these are a double variety, and they bloom in purple, maroon, and yellow, and these are mid to late spring bloomer. Most of your doubles are going to be mid to late spring bloomers, which is really nice. So all of the bulbs that I got here will be in bloom at one point or another. Hopefully we have a big overlap we can show you if I timed this all right and did this right. So I have a bunch of those. Put all those ones aside. Gotta read the bags here. So I have about 80 of these, which is beautiful. Now this is one of their elite bulbs, and that means they're more of an exclusive bulb that just came out this year. So the next one I have here is Ad Rem. Now this is a 20 to 24 inch tall single tulip, and this one is orange to yellow, and they bloom early to mid spring. So I think I have about 100 of these ones. Oh no, I lied. I did 50 of those ones because I don't know, I just didn't feel like I needed that much of that one, being as a single color. But the next one up is Purple Prince. This is another early to mid-spring one, so I'll have the purple and orange going together. And this is a single variety as well, so I have 50 of those ones. And then one of my favorites that was a must-have this year is Princess Irene. I actually had not heard of this one. This one is a older variety, but it's a mid to late spring bloomer with orange and purple. You can see on the screen that is a beautiful tulip, and I didn't purchase these. Dutch Grown sent these ones out to me, but I ordered these ones specifically in memory of my grandma because her name was Irene. So I have 100 of those bulbs, and I'm super excited to see those. I think I'll be planting a few over at my mom's house as well to just have that memory for her as well. And it's actually in the colors my grandma really loved. It's actually more of a peachy orange and a purple, and those were two of her favorite colors. Next up is one of my favorites here. I'm super excited about this. This is Rainbow Parrot. 6 different colors in this. I am super excited to see this one in person, so we will be showing you that obviously, but these are a mid to late spring because they are a little bit more of a fancy tulip, and it is an elite bulb as well. And I only did 60 of these ones just in case I wasn't in love with them, but I'll bulk up next year if I do. So really excited about those. Next in is one of the most outstanding black purple Queen of the Night tulips. This is a single variety, and these ones bloom mid to late spring as well. And I did 100 of these because this is going to be the main focal point. I wanted this dark moody color to bring together all the rest of these colors. So I have 100 of those. Next up are Camassia. So, funny bit, I thought these bulbs, like I said, I've never grown these before. I thought these plants were a lot bigger. They're very tall plants. They get, no, these ones say to 5 to 6 inches. I thought they got a little bit taller, but that's still fine. I love the color on them and the look of the flower. These bloom mid to late spring, and it's a blue color, but I really thought the bulbs would be a little bit bigger than what they are in person, but hey, I'm still excited to grow them. It's nothing on the company. I just had a misconception of what these bulbs would be. But these will be in a specific area because they can tolerate a little bit more moisture than other bulbs, so I have the perfect spot for them. There's 100 of those though. And then the beauty of it all, Rubra Maxima Crown Imperial bulbs. These are the red ones. And I will tell you this, do not bring these bulbs in your house and wait to plant them. They smell like skunk, and they're massive bulbs. I have never planted these, and I've always wanted to, but the natural odor of these are skunks, so that rodents do not want to dig them up, which is awesome. Now, it should not translate into the air when they are in bloom, but I've heard maybe a little bit, but unless you have a super sensitive nose, I highly doubt you're going to smell it. But the main thing with what scared me about these bulbs are this right here. So this hollow center can collect water and cause the bulb to rot. So what we're going to do is plant them. From many suggestions on the internet is you want to plant them on their side, facing the hole facing almost essentially down, so that water does not collect in there, and the plant will still find its way up. But I have 20 of these bulbs, and I'm going to specifically plant them in one area, well, 2 areas in the bed, because it's free draining. That is the main thing about Fertilla bulbs, is you really want free draining soil. So if you are concerned, go ahead and just throw a little bit of gravel in the bottom of the hole, and then place your bulb on its side like this, and then backfill with your dirt. You can even add in sharp draining soil and sharp draining like sand, or even a little bit of gravel into your dirt, just so that the Crown Imperial does not rot. But a little bit more upkeep, but well worth the look there. So what I really like about ordering from Dutch Grown as well is my stuff came really fast. It was from the day I ordered till the next week that everything showed up. It was very well packaged. Everything looked beautiful. Communication has been great with the company, and they were able to help me when I got a little concerned that my order actually didn't get placed. So they notified me within 24 hours that we're all good, and everything was getting packaged and getting ready to ship. I also like that the black crate that they sent out is reusable. I'm going to be able to use this to store my dahlia tubers this winter, so this has many uses, and everything should be recyclable. And here's what we'll be using to get our bulbs in today. We have a bulb auger on our drill, we have our kneeling pad, I'll have my regular shovel, and then we'll be using some bulb tone as well to add into the holes to make sure that we get those big beautiful blooms in the spring. And I'll be carrying my planting guide just in case I forget what's going on. So let's get into it. So I'll show you just a little bit of what we've got in. So far I've got the Princess Irene, the Night Watch, and the Purple Prince bulbs in. I was actually concerned that we weren't going to have enough bulbs to put on quite the display just yet. But after spacing these guys out, wow. I mean, I have more than enough. So this is how long the first drift is. It breaks here because I've got some plants coming in the spring to plant in that area, and then it picks back up over here, goes in deep and wide through here, and then around this area as well, and then fades out a little bit. So you'll have two very nice displays, one big drift here of color, and then one big drift over here of color. So let's get back into the rest of the bulbs. So we officially have all the bulbs placed. Now it's time to break out the auger, plant tone, and get them all dug in. This is going to take a while. I don't even remember how many bulbs exactly we got in, but it's a substantial amount. So I'm going to flip the camera around, show you guys just how many should be in bloom at springtime, because it's going to be quite impressive. I am super, super excited for this. So see if you can keep count of how many are here. I mean, we're talking big drift of just tulips. Oh my goodness, stopping right there. I mean, can you imagine from here all the way up to there, just full of beauty. And then we're going to pick back up over here, so starting here and going all the way around here. Now, it got very hard to figure out what varieties I was planting where, so I started with the Night Queen of the Night, then went in with Princess Irene. From there, I just started graduating down with the amount of bulbs that I had. So I went from 100 to 90 of the Night Watch to 60 of the Red Parrot, Rainbow Parrot, then 50 of the Red Am, then 50 of the Purple Prince. Oh no, what is the name of that one? The purple one. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. But this is going to be very, very impressive. Very. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't plant any bulbs up here. There are going to be bulbs up here. So we're going to do the Camassia in this area right here. And then up here, oh, actually, I'm going to do some over here and then some over into this area as well. But then I'm going to be doing a lot of daffodils up through there and then over there as well. And I'm also thinking about planting in some crocus or muscari. Haven't decided that one yet. But then in the spring, if everything goes right, I will be planting my own growing my own violas from seed. And I'm going to be doing tiger eye series of violas, which will complement this whole look just so beautifully. But the daffodils that I'll be planting up there will either have orange in them, well, probably an orange or a red tone to them so that it blends from here up. And then I have over in this bed area, there'll be some Gypsy Queen peach hyacinths and some ice folly daffodils. And then I still have to plant this area and get these plants planted. So I think it's time to break the auger out and food, and let's get going. Well, guys, we finally finished it. Rob actually had to run off to go to his parents, but we got all of the tulip bulbs in, which was the most important thing. Cool. This is like day 2 of this. Yesterday we got kind of interrupted with some people stopping by, which is not a big deal. We needed a break, but we finally busted it out and got all that finished today. So we have the Fertillas to plant, we have the Camassia to plant. What I'm going to do with those is I'm just going to dig holes for those with my shovel because the Fertilla bulbs are substantially larger. The Camassia are very tiny. They're very tiny bulbs, so I'm going to do basically troughs in the ground, and then we'll be able to drift plant them a little bit. So we'll get into that in the next video. But thanks for sticking around. Oh, I should probably have mentioned how we planted these guys. So we use the auger, and it's about a 6-inch deep auger at the top of the essentially blade. So when we were planting them in, we made sure that we went to the top of the blade. Some of them got a little bit deeper, but as some dirt backfills in, you lose maybe about an inch. Placed in the bulb tone, a good sized pinch of it, and then place the bulb pointed side up. Now, there was a few that were a little more chubby bulbs that didn't have a very determining point, so we just laid them on their sides. They will find their way up Some of them we did drop in the holes and it was just kind of hard to manipulate them, so we just got them as best we could standing up, or at least on their side. So everything will find its way up and we will be good to go as far as them blooming. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. I am super excited to see how this comes out in the spring. This should be a very beautiful mix. The next step is just simply making sure you water everything in very well so that the soil settles in around them. And then on top of that, make sure that any perennials that you were working around, that their bases are uncovered, because a lot of dirt can be kicked up with the drill and the augers, essentially creating your plants to get a mound on them, and that can actually be very detrimental to their health. So just make sure when you're going through and watering that you give your perennials a good jet spray to knock out any loose dirt that might be in and around their crowns and such, so that everything is good. And then on top of that, mulch it all back in. We're just using straight up leaf compost, which is just our shredded leaves that we are finding all over the ground. You can see here, mulching it up really well. Maybe we'll do a video on that, but that is going to round around. Words are escaping me today. That is going to wrap up this video, and we will see you in the next one. So thanks, guys. Bye.